Welcome to the Great Hall at Doris Duke's estate, Rough Point, where Doris displayed her amazing works of art, textiles, and furniture. My name is Johanna Kilroy, and as a guide here, I enjoy sharing these works of art with our visitors. Behind the faces in the portraits are stories of drama, intrigue, and love. One of the ladies portrayed in this house that I find most fascinating and compelling is Diane de Poitiers. Today, I'd like to focus the spotlight on Diane. This is Diane de Poitiers, a cultured, wealthy, beautiful French noblewoman who lived between 1499 and 1566. In this painting by the school of Francois Clouet, the French Renaissance portrait artist, Diane appears serene, her face illuminated in a soft light, in contrast to her dark clothing. Was her life as serene as her expression? Her life in many ways was reflected in the light and dark contrast of this painting. Diane was educated according to the principles of Renaissance humanism, taught music, hunting, languages, the art of conversation, and dancing. She read Latin and Greek, was a keen hunter, and a sportswoman. She married at 15 to Louis de Brise, 39 years her senior, and had 2 daughters. Louis served as courtier of King Francis I. Diane fashion fact. After Louis died in 1532, Diane only wore the colors black and white the rest of her life, in deference to mourning, but also to honor her namesake, Diana, the beautiful goddess of the moon. Considered shrewd and financially astute, she was held in high regard at the court of Francis I as lady-in-waiting. Diane was close to Francis I and Queen Claude's children, especially Henry II. When he and his older brother Francis II were retained as hostages in Spain for 4 years in exchange for their father's release, she took the place of his deceased mother and gave Henry a farewell kiss when he left, and was there when he returned. Their emotional relationship deepened, and she became his mistress when he was 16 and she was 35. She was the love of his life until he was killed in a jousting match in 1559. During their long affair, Henry valued her intellect and political astuteness, trusting her to write his official papers, signing them jointly with one name, Henry Diane. Her loyalty to Henry made her the most dependable ally in the court. In appreciation, he gave her the crown jewels of France and the Chateau of Chenonceau. Fun Diane health tip. Diane bathed in ice-cold water every morning and was renowned for her beautiful white skin. Even after Henry married Catherine de Medici in 1533, Diane remained his primary love. Catherine had to abide by this arrangement while she seethed with jealousy. Her motto was hate and wait. Her waiting ended when Henry was critically injured in the jousting match. Catherine took control and forbade Diane from seeing Henry while he was dying and from attending his funeral. Diane survived with her life, but was banished from court life, lost Chenonceau and her court, the crown jewels. Diane lived out her remaining years at her estate, Annette, living quietly until her death at age 66. Fun Diane beauty tip. Diane was rumored to drink liquid gold to preserve her youth. History belongs to the winners, and for many years after Catherine took control, Diane's reputation was demolished by historians, disgracing her name by claiming she was a schemer and social climber, mistress to Francis I as well as Henry II, using them both for power and wealth. Later historians have taken a more balanced and benevolent view. Whatever the truth there can be, no doubt that she was a strong woman who was able to maneuver the intricate web of court life and rise above the expectations of a woman's role at that time. This aspect of her life reminds me of Doris Duke, who was also a woman ahead of her time and lived life on her own terms. When you visit Rough Point, stop and look at Diane's portrait and see if you can see her story behind her serene pose. Diane was also one of 2 other portraits in the house of women that I refer to as the Real Housewives of Renaissance France. When you visit Rough Point, see if you can find out who the other 2 are.